All right, we're back to Bad Summer. Here we go, people. We were Oliver, crime detective man. Very sensual. It was very exciting. I seemed to be chatting up some cleaner man with a samurai sword. I don't know what happened there. There was mentions of blowjobs for $1. I didn't suggest it. It wasn't my idea. But we managed to save a few people rather than kill everybody. So that was really good. But I no longer have my squeaky happy face, and we're now this new lady. She's very pretty. And she did say that in the summer of 1999, a bloody good year for Bryan Adams. I know it's not the one. Was the hottest I have ever experienced. The muted glow of the dawn shed, but a feeble light over the misty woods. Now she'll speak.
The wide, tree-lined street was eerily empty at such an hour. The entire world was fast asleep, and here I was at the first light of day, alone at a deserted bus stop. It was lonely here. Uncomfortably quiet. I couldn't shake this irrational feeling that some hungry predator was going to jump from the darkness and take a chunk out of me. Not like I could run far in a dress like this.
She's so small and dainty and cute and adorable. She couldn't possibly escape a monster, despite the chainsaw she has in her hands.
The weak, flickering light overhead only added to my jitters. There was something about this neck of the woods that freaked me out. Part of me was itching to pack up and head home. Applying for this job was a stupid idea.
Damn it!
I was out of my element, out of my comfort zone, and in over my head.
Drowning, perhaps.
My knowledge of the countryside and outdoor living was zero.
That is one less than one.
Stupid me trying to get away from my parents, that I threw myself into a worse situation, working at a summer camp in the middle of absolute nowhere. Your next adventure starts here. It seemed like a nice way to disconnect from the stress of the modern world and reconnect with nature. An escape from reality, from life at home. At least for a little while. A cool breeze blowing through my hair, my fingers strummed over my acoustic guitar. Just something to fill the silence.
Yeah.
Anything to fill the silence.
Hold the phone. I remember Jellybean. Do you remember Jellybean from a couple videos ago? Jellybean is a scamp, a furry scamp, and Jellybean spills over other people's coffee and laughs because he's a mischievous Jellybean. A cat in the wilds of Bear Ridge Mountains. And at the bus stop, of all places. I've never seen a cat get the bus. Could possibly have a wallet on him to carry any money. What on earth was it doing here? Do you know some bus drivers, they charge you extra for the dog? They're like, oh, you getting on with your dog? And I'd be like, yeah. And he'll be like, well, you got to pay double then, don't you? And I said, well, can I pay for like a child then? He'd be like, how old's the dog? Because dog years. No, that didn't really happen. But I have heard I have heard it. I have said it years ago. Somebody did charge me for my dog, and I couldn't believe it because it was just like, so help me God, like there's nobody else on the bus. It's just me and my dog, and you're charging me double. You piece of shit. You can cut that mullet off. It's not doing anything for you because you're mostly bald on the top. Moving on. Yeah, what's this doing here? A hint of mystery surrounded the four-legged creature. It looks like its name is Jellybean. This cat is a time-traveling cat, or was in the office and has gone for a little walk out into the wilderness. So I named this cat. After some time of admiring the cat from a safe distance, I was feeling more than a little restless. This is good, because I wasn't sure if this was in the past. Right, so just because he was talking about the murders at this thing, and then suddenly she's here, and she's a very vulnerable young lady all on her own, and there's some evil, like chomping monster possibly in the woods. What was taking the bus so long? Was it normal for it to run this late? Concerned, I rooted through my dress pocket for my cell phone and dialed my boss's number. It wasn't too far from camp. Maybe he could drive out and pick me up. He answered on the second ring, thankfully.
What do you want?
Oh, Ian. What do you want? I paused, surprised by how irritable he sounded. He was a lot nicer during the interview.
Hey, the bus is late, and I've been waiting here for close to an hour now.
Why is the fact you're stranded my problem?
You can tell he's a bit, like, as handsome as he is, you can tell he's an arsehole. Because look how tired his eyes are, and how stare he is. This is a guy who's probably on the powder. Oh, yes.
Well, I was hoping you could, come pick me up, if it's not too much trouble. Being out by myself makes me really nervous. I'm not really used to the woods, and...
Too damn bad.
Wow. Did he just hang up on me? My stomach dropped to my toes. Wow, what a jerk. I shivered, the morning chills seeping through my dress. She's obsessed with her dress right now. Another shiver racked my body, this one less from the cold and more from the frustration. Oh, this sucked. It sucked big times. About $1 worth. Keeping it in theme with the last video. Wait for a bus that may never come. Dealing with a boss who treated me like an afterthought. Was it all worth it? I asked myself in my inner monologue. All this for a minimum wage check and some time away from home. Should we be flaky or resilient? Resilient. Headlights pierced the mist. The large and weathered wheels of the bus squeaked along the bumpy road. Finally, the clunky gas guzzler had arrived. A one-way trip to the mountains of Bear Ridge. A bus squealed into the stop before me. The folding doors opened to the smiling face of the driver, an old bald man, missing a few teeth. I bet he could tell a few yarns. Packing my guitar back into my case, I forced a smile and then hurried up to the short set of stairs with my luggage in hand, despite him saying, "Could you please put that in the little side compartment?" Okay. Gazing down the narrow aisle of divided seats, I locked eyes with 4 attractive strangers. All of them looked around my age. What's that? That's a funny nose. There was only one reason a group of teenagers would be huddled on a bus at such an ungodly hour, venturing deep into the remote wilderness of upstate New Empress. My co-workers, 2 boys, 2 girls, embarking on this crazy bumpy ride alongside me. It was oddly comforting knowing I wouldn't have to suffer alone for the rest of the trip. The bus doors closed and the driver stepped on the gas. There was no turning back now. Who should I sit next to? Okay. Oh, okay. Right, the survivalist. Personality, leader, nature lover, strict. Skills, outdoors, and... this music's distracting me. Flaw, domineering. Not always a flaw in a girl. Personality, spontaneous, fun, adaptable. Skills, perceptive, lucky. Flaw, indirect. Anyway. Oh, who's this? Lost soul. He's grumpy, sensitive, brooding. His skills is strength and brawling. He's combative, so he's going to be an asshole, so I don't want nothing to do with that person. Passionate, rash, outgoing. Skills, art and expression. Flaw, decision making. Ooh. Jake was here, so he can't even spell, so he definitely is an artist. I'm very pulled towards this one because it says survivalist, outdoor skills, and leader. Passionate, rash, outgoing, art and expression. I don't know. She seems like the one that would be most useful. Oh, she's got tarot cards. We can't choose her. Can you click on somebody? Or decision making. Is that one or that one? I'm going to go for survivalist. Yeah, sure. I'll sit next. That's like a cool friend to have, isn't it? Because she can survive. She's got survival skills. Because, you know, like, we'll be able to escape if there's monsters, that sort of thing. Stonks. My eyes did a full sweep of the bus, its occupants, before snapping back to the blonde-haired goddess in the front row. Okay. Oh no, her face is different now. I don't like her. I wanted to say it was a rhythmic pop, 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 pop of her gum that stole my attention, or the fact that she was the only one standing, chin in hand, seemingly bored out of her mind. But that would be a half-truth. I was mesmerized by her. Her bright and shiny presence was a stark contrast to the muted tones of the bus. She blew a bubble, a vibrant pink sphere, that shimmered in the glow under the overhead lights before bursting it with a soft pop. Oh, she's staff. My initial search, I didn't realise I was picking a love interest. Alright, fine. Doesn't matter. My initial search for a seat was long forgotten as I watched on. She was a spectacle, and I was captivated. I was a captivated audience.
Are you taking a seat? Or do you plan to stand the whole trip?
What? What kind of accent's that? At the sound of the blonde's southern drawl, I spoke from my trance. Heat crawled up my neck as our eyes locked. I seem to be blushing, everybody. I can't help it. I didn't mean to stare at her like a freak. Oh yes, turn it in on myself. I expected outrage from her, but instead brought her bright blue eyes sparkled something. Her lips upturned a small smile. Okay.
No.
No, of course not. Face hot, I averted my gaze, desperately wishing for the floor to swallow me up whole. I mumbled a quick apology under my breath and hurried down the aisle. Thankfully, there was an empty seat near the back to offer me solace. I lunged for it. I don't know what that means. Lunged. Lunged. However, before I could reach the safe haven of the empty seat, the bus lurched forward and I fell upon her. I stumbled! For a heart-stopping moment, I lost my balance. Please don't let me embarrass myself further. Tethering on the edge of disaster, I threw out my arms, flailing them about like a startled baby chick, trying to fly. Fly, fly, fly. Unfortunately for me, gravity was not my friend. I fell on the bus floor with a heavy thud. I muttered shit. My cheeks burned hot, like coals, and the lump formed in my throat. I sweated. I looked very glistening. Yes, the silence on the bus was deafening. I could feel all eyes on me, burning my flesh as they stared down at me like a clumsy loser I was. I couldn't dare look up, my eyes focused on the worn floorboards beneath me. Maybe if I stay here, no one will notice. Then a soft chuckle broke through the silence. I looked up to find a beautiful blonde before me, concerned etched in her gaze, whatever. She knelt beside me, her hand extended. Oh, I'm on. I'm so on. Especially in this dress.
Hey, are you okay?
Besides my pride, oh, sorry. That's the wrong voice. Besides my pride, I didn't appear to be injured.
Here, let me help you up.
Should I be thrusting? Oh, trusting. Sorry, I read that wrong. Embarrassed, pull away. Here's the thing about dynamics. In a relationship, you want that soft and hard, yin and yang, right? And she's quite a hardy kind of go gal, right? Whatever it is, and she's sort of like whatever. At least that's what it seemed to be. So if I act embarrassed, I'll appear cute. And she'll be like, oh, don't be silly, you come here, you.
No.
Oh, jeez. All right, that was a bit much. I scrambled to my feet, my face blazing with the heat of 1,000 suns, not the space marines of evil. I avoided her gaze, dreading the emotions that might be reflected in her eyes. Would I see pity, or perhaps even a hint of scornful amusement? Maybe don't take my advice on dating.
Are you alright?
I hazarded a glance at her, surprised by her patience and lack of judgment in her tone. No, I might be right. You might need my advice.
Yes.
Yes, do the test. I forced a smile that felt more like a grimace. I brushed past her and hurried to my seat, wishing along the way for the power of invisibility. These are very small shorts. I scooted to the window seat and set my luggage down at my feet. My guitar slung across my lap, I slumped down in the bus cushions, trying to disappear. My chest tightened. Not a good first impression for my co-workers. They must think I'm a loser. This person is a loser. The last guy, Oliver, he just had it on. He was just like, he wasn't so weak. This character, she's so wet. Oh my god. Right. I had every intention on sitting in silence, glaring out the window, feeling sorry for myself until I reached my destination, when I felt the seat shift beside me. It was her. The blonde-haired beauty. I seem really obsessed with the blonde-haired bit. She flipped her long tresses over her shoulder and grinned. Her jaw worked the gum in her mouth with a methodical rhythm.
Summer.
I hope that's your name.
Um,
Hold on. This game's called Bad Summer. Oh no. I'm engaging the love services of the serial killer, aren't I? Maybe don't take my advice on dating. I stared at her, confused and slightly taken aback.
sorry, what?
My name's Summer.
Uh-oh. She repeated, and chuckled when my face finally lit up with understanding. She was introducing herself, silly.
I'm Jenny. I thought you were commenting on the weather, it being sunny and all.
My response caught Summer off guard. She frowned slightly. That's it. Watch the tiny microfacial expressions dissect the relationship into a full spreadsheet of yes and no's to ultimately come up with an equation that shall solve love.
You thought I'd just walk up to strangers on buses to give weather updates?
I blushed. I was mortified. I was also sweaty. Well, when you put it like that, it does sound silly. I don't mind. I like silly. Silly is my jam. I love silly. The conversation lulled to a stop. I wanted to talk to her, say something funny, or interesting even, to keep her attention. But I wasn't funny. I was a loser. Oh, this is getting real. Or interesting. Damn! That's 0 out of 2. My gaze moved to the window, staring vacantly out of it. Acceptance that a woman like this would never love a man. Oh, a lady like me. My thoughts were jumbled, not jambled, and scattered by the girl sitting beside me. She smelled like strawberries, which is my favourite smell. Right. Bold, uncertain. Well, she stayed sat next to me. So, Summer, like the season?
Don't think so.
Before you make any weather-related comments, let me stop you now. I've heard them all. I gaped at her, not expecting such a sharp response. I didn't mean to cause offence, Summer. I'm sorry, if I hear another person compare me to the sun, I think I might just actually scream and explode like the sun. Look at my resting bitch face. Do I look like the embodiment of warm summer day? That's true. That's true. Well, summer storms are a thing. Her shoulders visibly relaxed. A smirk played at the corners of her full pink lips. Oh, they're full. Mightily full. True. And hurricanes are pretty common this time. Jenny, no! Oh, I feel like I need to pull Jenny aside and say, just stop. Just stop. Is that a genuine laugh from her? It wouldn't in reality. Because she's asked you to stop with the weather, and what did you do? You just kept talking about the weather. Is this your subtle way of calling me destructive? Call it as I see it. I didn't know summer long enough to make that assumption, but what I was quickly learning was that she was a force. One didn't meet a girl like Summer and not be unaffected in her wake. One didn't meet a girl like Summer and not be unaffected in her wake. I shrugged, a grin stealing across my face. Not destructive, more like powerful. I think I like you. Oh, I'm so on. Oh my god, here we go. With expert ease, she blew a series of small, delicate bubbles, each popping softly before the next began. I watched on, fascinated. So what's the deal with the guitar? You planning on serenading the campers? Her words broke me from my trance, and my eyes trailed down to the guitar in my lap. I almost forgot I had it with me. My cheeks flushed with warmth. This girl gets so embarrassed so quick. I don't sing. I just like to play sometimes.
Good.
Okay. Oh, maybe you can play something for the kids around the campfire. They'll love that. I think I'd love that too. A small smile touched my lips. It would be nice to have an audience, even if that said audience consisted mostly of 8 or 9-year-olds. Have to start somewhere, I suppose. And if you have some free time in your schedule, perhaps you can play a tune for me. I grew quiet as Summer awaited my answer. Even the sound of her gun snapping ceased. All that remained was the hum of the bus's engine. She reached out, running a single pink manicured finger along the rim of my guitar case. Her brow furrowed. Unconsciously, I mirrored the action, my finger tracing along the worn material of my case. Our fingers suddenly collided. Nervous. A jolt of electricity went through me. It was unbelievable. An unspoken awareness hung in the air as my heart pounded a frantic beat in my chest. What should I do? Self-doubt or intimate, link fingers, or self-doubt? What do you think? Now, in real life, I would pull away and say, I'm terribly sorry, I'm an animal. You probably should move away from me. But we're playing a game. And in a game, we're people we aren't usually are in the life that we live. Sentences all make sense. We're going intimate. She liked it. Time seemed to stand still as our eyes met. Did she feel it too? A blush crept up my neck and a pretty pink blush blossomed across Summer's delicate cheeks. Instead of pulling away, our fingers entwined. The bus rolled in to a halt at the next stop. The double doors opened and an older, scraggly man boarded. AKA the pooper of said love party. He was graceless as he limped through the aisle with what I presumed to be a bad leg. Tall, with a full head of unkempt grey hair, beady black eyes, and baggy, dirt-stained clothes. He looked like a homeless man, down on his luck, and I judged him for it. It was a small miracle he could even afford a bus ticket with the way he carried himself. I think my character's an asshole. His features were weathered. his nose crooked as if it had been broken at some point. The poor guy seemed sickly, barely holding on by a thread. His clothes carried a terrible odour, and the stench... Odour again. That's 3 times an odour now. The stench intensified further, and he moved into the bus. The driver didn't seem to mind. I kept my head down as he passed by, fighting the urge to cover my nose, as that would be impolite. There was no need to be rude. Hopefully the man's misfortune turned around for the better soon. Oh, hello, sir. They've titled him Bum. Okay. You! I locked eyes with the homeless man. Oh, he's got a fly on his finger, guys. Look, look, look. Are you looking? Are you looking? Look. And the eye. I locked eyes with the homeless man's pale, haggard gaze. He hovered over my seat, leering and glaring into the very depths of my soul with his demon eye. Come on, flies, lots of flies. Huh? I went stiff. I wouldn't say not on a bus. A sudden, inexplicable chill swept over me, sending goosebumps racing over my skin.
You're making a mistake.
Okay. I reached for the sleeve of Summer's shirt. She whispered under her breath,
Whatever.
"It's not here, man."
Turn back before it's too late.
He grinned maniacally at me, spittle flying around his wrinkled mouth. Ooh, rubber lips. His eyes were wide and crazed. He moved a hand to the pocket of his coat. I gasped at the glint of something silver in his pocket. Was that a knife? Hint, mash sequence. Excellent. What? W. W. I'm pressing W. A lot of tension. I can't press it any faster. I'm pressing it faster. Summer's eyes narrowed into the thin slits. Right. The hatchet-faced homeless man's penetrating stare remained on me for a few beats longer, then darted to Summer. You better back off, Gramps, or you'll regret it. The bum let out a nasty, bitter laugh, unfazed by Summer's threat. He edged the knife towards Summer.
Don't think so.
Big mistake.
You're making a mistake.
Whatever.
What? She take her leg off?
Knockout.
It's unrealistic, guys, but it is a story. So, Summer disarmed the dangerous man with stunning ease. His knife hit the floor. A few well-placed kicks, and he was down for the count, crawling through the aisles in a desperate effort to escape. A round of applause filled the air, our co-workers admiring Summer's handiwork from afar. Everyone was grateful that the crazy guy got a piece of his own medicine, including me. Mustering what little dignity he had left, the bum limped away, slipping into the seat in the back of the bus. The tension in the air dispersed. Did it? I mean, he's still on the bus. My shoulders relaxed. The man with the knife is still on the bus. My muscles ached with strain. I didn't realise how tense I'd been while I gripped by the haunting stare. Maybe Summer could give us a massage. The madman's warning echoed through my mind. He was talking about Summer. Was he telling me not to trust her? I told you. You were like, pah, like that at me. Throwing your insults, telling me, Cheekster, you're high off of your own whack juice again. Settle down. Get a grip. No, I'm right. It's called Bad Summer. The game's called Bad Summer, and one of the characters is called Summer. Unless, of course, she's got a twin, who's the Bad Summer. Happens to be the same name. Look, I'm a detective. What can I say? Yeah. To me, not to trust her, undoubtedly. It was the ramblings of a lunatic, nothing more. Exactly. She's too pretty for me to take serious. To take serious this man's comments. Though the ominous words and threats left a mark on my soul and the queasiness in my gut. Are you okay? You're looking a little green. I nodded, unable to find the strength to speak just yet. Summer searched my eyes and then nodded. She patted my knee 1, 2, 3 times before drawing a hand back up my leg. My skin burned from her touch. Acidic. Possibly xenomorph. That guy, he was weird, huh? More like crazy. Do you think he's a threat? No, he's just got a knife and he's sitting in the back of the bus. It's alright, but he just tried to stab us. We're okay. No? How could she be so nonchalant? That's French for careless. But he had a weapon. Summer shrugged, flipped her blonde tresses over her, they love this word, over her shoulder. I'm a first-degree black belt in karate and a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. Oh, right, I respect that one a bit more. I can take down a crazy bum easily. It's so delusional in reality. All right, sorry. It's just I think people. It doesn't matter. That's impressive. Very flirty. She grinned at me and nodded, blowing a large pink bubble before letting it pop.
A lot of people take one look at me and think I'm easy prey. But I'm the stuff made of nightmares.
Every single minute, my point is proved correct.
Anyone who thinks they can cross me will be sorely mistaken. I eat my enemies alive.
Cannibal. Just saying it.
Peace by bloody peace.
Do you still doubt me? Bad summer. We're it.
It started the summer of
267.
1999.
Quiet, isn't it? Started in the summer of 1999. Right, it's very quiet. An owl. Twin Peaks, perhaps. Maybe there's a log lady. Story by Stephanie J. and Dana J. Guitar person. Oh yes. The J's have been at it again. Making good games. Lead artist, Holly Hugininen. I tried to say the name. Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Is this the end? Well, I will say this. It is quite beautiful, isn't it? Ah. Oh my! Okay. Ooh.
Bad summer.
Bad summer. The summer of the naughtiest summers. Coming soon. To a YouTube channel near you.
Oliver, your shift was over hours ago.
We're
Go
back to the real
home.
game.
Rest. There is always tomorrow.
Rest?
Rest.
Someone is behind these brutal murders, and I'll uncover the truth, even if it kills me.
Oh! Day 2. Oliver's office. 6:25. I thought the game was over then. Didn't you? The stale air of my office hung heavy, thick with the scent of old paper and a ghost of 1,000 unanswered questions. Files overflowed with every surface of a chaotic landscape of witness statements, manila folders, and dead-end leads. The Bear Ridge Ripper. The name itself was a brand seared into my mind, a constant, burning reminder of my own inadequacy, my inability to crack this case, to piece it together. I ran a hand through my already dishevelled hair, a rough paper of a transcript grating against my skin. Another interview, another victim's family member, their grief, a palpable weight that settled upon my chest. I listened to so many of these recordings, each one a variation of the same horrifying theme. The Ripper's brutality, an inexplicable nature of the attacks, the lack of any discernible pattern.
What am I missing? Why doesn't any of it make sense? The files mocked me, each one a testament to my limitations. I, Oliver Smith, the man who prided himself on his ability to solve the unsolvable, was staring into an abyss. And the abyss was staring back.
God. Alright. Sorry, it was just too cliche. He's quite whiny as well. He get on really well with the girl in the other one who keeps blushing all the time and is obsessed with her dress.
I reached for the bottle of scotch in my bottom drawer. The amber liquid a temporary solace. One sip, then another.
It became a pattern in its own right. Perhaps I was creating patterns in a sea of no patterns. Maybe this drink is the only thing I can really hold on to.
It dulled the edges of the frustration, the gnawing sense of failure. It didn't provide any answers. It never did. As much as I wanted to, I couldn't drown in my own despair. I had to keep digging, keep searching. The victims deserved justice. Their families deserved closure. And I needed to know. I needed to understand. Even if the truth shattered everything I thought I knew. There it was again. Watching, waiting, whispering obscenities.
I know.
I felt its menacing presence all around me. Shadows clawed relentlessly at the corners of my weary mind.
Whispering to me, it's only $1.
Another PA announcement blurted from the speaker. Don't look. Pretend it wasn't there. No sudden movements.
Right.
Don't run. Don't speak. Do not approach. But deep down, there was a gnawing curiosity. A dark urge to stare into the abyss, to experience and indulge in all the horrible depravity it had to offer.
Oh, he wants it so bad. Oh, he's rubbing himself with evil. He just wants it. Oh, put me in the shadows. I want to be bad. Or something like that.
Who was it that gazed so intently from the abyss?
Could it be you, Father?
Why did it have such a fascination with the likes of me? A simple mortal with a mundane desk job.
All the better to toy with, says the devil.
Was I special? Or could this all be some sick illusion?
Oh, it wants you to feel special. Should we give in to the darkness that sits within the echo chamber of our belly? Or should we be perturbed, like a sensible gentleman, and look away and pay attention to my squeezy? Oh, it doesn't work! Oh, we are curious. Dark curiosity took the reins. Giving in to the urge, I locked eyes with the shadowy intruder by my door. The moment our gaze met, it was as if a switch had been flipped. The office was tossed into the void, the files and photos fading into meaningless blurs. I was no longer in control. I was pulled, dragged into the creature's penetrating crimson gaze, held captive by unseen forces. A strange energy coursed through my veins, a sensation both terrifying and intoxicating. My heart pounded in my chest, a frantic drumbeat against the silence of my mind. I couldn't look away, nor could you. I couldn't. Then a burning sensation erupted behind my eyes, a searing and agonizing pain that intensified with every passing second. I tried to scream, but no sound escaped my lips. The room had darkened. I could not see my desk thingy. Should I resign and give in to the darkness, or should I be defiant and resist? Resign to the darkness. Or should we defy? Do you feel defiant? I feel defiant. Though the emergency warning thing in the very beginning of the playthrough in the first video said not to resist it. The creature's psychic grip on me was much too strong. It had burrowed itself deep into my mind that I thought for a fleeting moment about letting go. Would it be such a bad thing to let it win? To finally be free of it all? Shadowy tendrils reached into me, gnarled and grotesquely shaped. I expected pain to follow soon after, to be snatched away and to disappear like the many others do. Instead, a cold touch of gentle fingers brushed my cheek. Bitterly cold, but harmless. The bewitching grasp on me faded. My control returned to me. I didn't know how, nor why. I didn't stick around to ask. Freed from the terrifying trance, I pushed myself to my feet, vaulted over the desk, fleeing for my dear life. The obscene whispers grew louder, shadows swirling at my heels. It was chasing me. I didn't look back. I barreled through the staircase exit at the end of the hall and arrived somewhere else. Somewhere unfamiliar. Fluorescent lights flickered overhead, casting long, unsettling shadows across the endless expanse of concrete floor and beige carpet. The air was thick with a musty, almost nauseating odour. A strange mix of dust, something vaguely metallic. There were no windows, only the monotonous hum of the lights and the occasional unsettling creak from the walls. It was a labyrinth of identical hallways and doors. A maze. A place between places that felt so very wrong. Impossible, even. I tried to turn back, but the door would not budge. Great, I proclaimed to myself. I was trapped here.
Attention all personnel. This is an emergency announcement. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. If you hear this announcement, that means you found yourself in the back rooms. Congratulations. This is a rare achievement. Your reward, death.
It's just not as exciting a reward as she thinks it is.
Soon you will be freed from the burden of life, annoying responsibilities, and everyday expectations. Good for you.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell. Day 1, hiking trail. Oh, we're back here. We finally arrived. The double doors, the bus slid open, revealing the golden light of a warm summer afternoon. Hold on there. My bulky pack and guitar strapped to my shoulders, I rushed through the aisle towards the exit, eager to feel the pleasant open air on my skin. I didn't realise how much I missed the outside world until my feet landed on the dewy grass. Earthy scent of the woods carried in the breeze, and the surrounding trees tall enough to brush the sky. Birds called and squirrels chattered. Bright berry bushes and thick brambles lined the lonely road. I smiled. A tickling tap of a woodpecker above captured my attention. It was pretty here, not nearly as foreboding with my co-workers nearby. I liked it here. Maybe Camp Bear Ridge wasn't as bad as I originally thought. It just took some getting used to. I stood at the edge of the rock-strewn road, admiring the scenery and the sunny tranquility of the forest. I barely registered my co-workers, completely absorbed in the sights and sounds around me. The forest was alive, it was vibrant, and teeming with a kind of energy I had never experienced in the city. It was a far cry from the concrete jungle I was used to, and with its constant noise and suffocating crowds, here I could finally breathe. Summer whipped out her phone and started calling Mr. Matthews over and over again. With each failed attempt, her grip on the phone tightened. Her sighs got shorter, sharper, until they weren't sighs at all, just angry bursts of breath. From the fifth call, she was practically stabbing the screen with her finger. I feared Mr. Matthews didn't answer quick. Summer was going to snap. Angry. Seriously? Why isn't he answering? He always answers. Maybe he's busy. He can't be busy. I'm calling. Summer tapped her foot with increasing impatience, her eyes scanning the trail as if willing him to appear. Tardiness seemed to be a serious offence in her book, one I vowed then and there to never commit. Shit! It happened too quickly. You can't call the police. I wasn't in my right mind. Let's return. I watched as she stabbed the phone again, shoulders tight, eyes stretched taut at the corners. I didn't think about it. I just moved, slipping my arm around her and pulling her close. She tensed at first, her body stiff as a board. I didn't let go. I couldn't. She was spiraling and she needed an anchor, and I was that anchor. I was willing to be that for her, whatever she needed, in fact. Hey. I leaned in, whispering in her ear. Breathe. You're not alone, okay? Little by little, she melted against me, her phone lowering, her huff softening into a slow, even breath. And I just held her there, steady until the storm gathering in her blue irises calmed and settled. I needed that. I needed that bad. Did you bad, Summer? Every 5 minutes, I'm telling you guys. My cheeks burned at her intense stare.
Oh.
Thank you, Jenny. Her voice was soft and sincere. I loosened my arms from around her, suddenly aware of how close we were, and I took a step back. I can't believe I just did that. I cleared my throat, staring down at my sneakers, just to avoid the weight of her gaze. Do you need anything? Well, since you mention it. A rough exhale escaped her lips, and before I could stop myself, my eyes snapped back to her face, to her eyes. No. She shook her head once, sharp and focused, and squared her shoulders. I just need to get my head in the game. She said this more to herself than me. Her eyes flickered to the group of teens near the bus stop. Our co-workers. They're looking for answers. They can't afford to fall apart. She tightened her grip on her phone, her jaw set. I need to act like someone who knows what the hell they're doing. It's true, she's staff. Summer let out a loud, exaggerated sigh. She spun on her heel and faced us boldly, tossing her perfect hair over her shoulders. Again, writers. Have you got a thing for hair and shoulders? You really do, don't you? Tuck it behind your ears, hustling hair to the side, blushing. Kinky gits. Anyway, we're moving on. Can't be dealing with your cheekiness all night. Okay, people. Since Ian is late, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. It's time for introductions.
Hi, I'm Summer.
Hi, I'm Summer, the head counsellor. Counselor. She's already shown she's slightly hot-tempered. Okay, doesn't matter. In other words, I'm your boss. Okay, there it is. An awkward silence filled the air. A mocking snort followed soon after, probably from one of the boys behind me. Boys. Summer ignored it. Of course, she's above this. After a long moment of uncomfortable quiet, I spoke up to introduce myself.
I'm Jenny.
I'm Candace, but everyone calls me Candy.
Okay.
I'm Jake.
Sup. Before the last guy got a chance to speak, Candy stepped forward, her voice booming. He's Antonio.
I'm Andre.
It's Andre, not Antonio. Candy, visibly deflated, shrinking back into her original spot. Awkward. Summer cleared her throat, glancing at her phone. I have no service. I can't get in contact with Ian. He's never late like this. This is so weird. I called him earlier and he answered, but it didn't seem like he wanted to be bothered. He hung up on me. I was really rude about it too. Summer pressed her lips into a fine line, her arms covered over her chest. Well, that doesn't sound like Ian at all. He's nice to everybody. Don't got a single rude bone in his body, yo. Isn't Mr. Matthews too old for you? Alright, Jake, she's just paying a man a compliment. It doesn't mean she wants to get married and have babies. Sup. Summer's brow shot up. Excuse me? You talk about him like you're, you know. A wry smile pulled at the corner of Jake's lips, his gaze sparkling with amusement. I should have dated him. He's so much funnier. That's right. That's how you say it. Summer scoffed. A vein tickled in her forehead. Like I'm what? Use your words. Use your adult words. Oh, you know. Does she? Nope. She doesn't, and nor does she care. So why don't you all do us a favour and shut the hell up? Acting like he didn't hear a thing, Jake continued on. Oh, she definitely knows. But don't worry, princess. Your secret's safe with me. Scout's honour. Jake winked, and with a lopsided grin, he performed a mock salute. Summer rolled her eyes and took a slow, deliberate breath. Candy leaned in slightly, her tone dropping to a whisper, or a whisper. I'm getting a strong reading there's a smackdown in the future. Big fan of wrestling.
Whatever.
Tisk, she proclaims. For one, I hardly doubt you were a Boy Scout. And two, call me Princess again, and I'll kick your teeth in, like I did that homeless gentleman with the knife that we just let stay in the bus. Are we clear, Princess? She turned it around on him. Never been called Princess before. I think I like it. Yo, Summer, you ever been confused for a man before? Summer turns to Jake. No, have you? Aliens reference. You wouldn't get it. You would. Now, answer the question. Are we clear? Crystal, baby. He laughed and gave a mock bow. Sorry, it's funny. He just doesn't give a shit. I already like him. He laughed and gave a mock bow, twirling his marker as he did so. Oh, don't mind me. No one ever does. I never know what I'm talking about anyway. I'm a complete buffoon. His grin was easy, filled with boyish charm, but the glint in his eye hinted at something deeper, darker. It almost felt sad. His words, Don't mind me, no one ever does. Oh no, he's gonna be one of those guys, isn't he? He's gonna be like, oh, like, yeah, nobody cares about me. I'm just a loser. Don't pay attention to me. I'm just a freak. I'm a creature, you know. Like, no one ever cared about me anyway. My parents left. All that kind of thing. Candy grinned, entertained by the strange conversation. Wow, this is getting juicy, like the words written on the back of my trousers. Is it? Andre says. He's moody. Religious, clearly. Andre scratched at his jaw. His brow furrowed. He looked hopelessly confused. Another awkward silence swept over the group. Summer cleared her throat and waved a dismissive hand in Jake's direction. Anyway, as head counselor and second in command, need I forget, I say we keep our butts right here and wait for Ian to show up to give them a ruddy good inspection. Bouncy bouncy. Why? Why can't we just hike up to the camp?
Don't think so.
Don't think so. That's a long walk. See, especially in this heat. What if one of you passes out from heat stroke? I'd have to abandon you. I'm not taking responsibility for that, even though I am in charge. So I want to be in charge, but I want to take no responsibility. Summer is already showing her weaknesses. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Summer may be flawed.
Nah.
Nah, Andre says. I'm not staying here. I'm a man about action. What? No, you don't, mister. Andre turned, taking off for the hike trail without looking back. Good for him. Take no shit from this crazy nutter, who's obviously the villain of the entire series. His confident stride swayed most of the group in an instant. Ooh, leadership characteristics. Now, Summer did say she had leadership characteristics when I was talking to her on a bus before she tried to thrust herself upon me as a love interest. That's what happened. I was there, so were you. Oh, Candy's hopped for Andre, so, hey, wait, up. I'm coming too. All right, Jake, settle down. Candy and Jake rushed off after him. I passed Summer a sheepish smile and followed behind them. What the fuck? She literally just said, well, I'm with them, even though we're in love and all that stuff. It's so high school. It was always best to stick with a group, right? Darn it, fine, wait for me. You don't know where you're going. Summer kept pace with us, refusing to be left behind. Somebody has to keep watch after all, or y'all. Watch after y'all. Ooh. For your safety, stay on the trail. I thought women said the bear was the option to choose. Surely they're not nervous about the bears. Anyway. The afternoon sun... Sorry, it was a joke. Settle down. We're having fun. The afternoon sun beat down through the canopy, dappling the hiking trail in a shifting patterns of light and shadow. I like the word shaft. Shafts of light. About 10 minutes into the hike, my steps started to drag, and before I knew it, my co-workers had left me in the dust. What a bunch of bastards. What, even Summer? What a bitch. They were further up the path, their voices echoing faintly through the trees. I lagged behind, utterly drained. Sweat plastered my dress to my back, a testament to the grueling trek with my pack and guitar. Each step, an uneven terrain, was a victory against sheer exhaustion. Maybe Summer had a point about the heat strokes. My head was pounding, and a wave of dizziness washed over me. Oh, it's getting fuzzy. I could only imagine how much worse it could get if I didn't stop soon. Eventually, the fatigue won out. I veered off the trail, dropped onto a mossy fallen log. Stillness crept in. I let my eyes slip shut, desperate for the spinning to stop. Sorry, I'm very slithering today. I think I've passed out, everybody. Oh no, I'm alright. When I opened them again, my co-workers were gone. The trail ahead was empty. Barren. All that remained were faded footsteps in the dirt. A knot of panic tightened in my stomach. Where did they go? I only stopped for a few moments. I sweated. They left me. How could they leave me? My breath hitched in my throat. I stood up, my heart pounding, half expecting them to jump out and yell, "Surprise!" But the woods remained silent. The only sound, the rustling of leaves in the hot wind. Guys? Hello? Guys? This is not funny. I called out to them, my voice echoing hauntingly between the trunks of the trees. No reply. They were definitely gone. Spooked by the unsettling silence, I pressed forward along the path, searching frantically for familiar faces. Up ahead was a steep hill, and at the base a signpost. I thrust my head forward, struggling to make out the words. Caution. Beware of the bear. I like that. You may be subject to dangerous encounters or possible attacks. Hike at your own risk, you buffoon. A cold knot formed in my stomach. A bear? Here? The sound of footsteps crunching over the dirt sent a shiver up my spine. I jumped, startled by the noise, but nothing was there. The woods went silent. Deathly silent, still. Clouds choked the sun from the sky, plunging darkness over the earth. Oh, did you see that? Police cops! A living shadow darted past me, unnaturally swift. My breath caught in my throat. Again with the throat. I wasn't alone. I stopped mid-stride, my gaze searching desperately for any signs of life. I spotted a dark, beaten path just off the hiking trail. Something about it seemed off. Gnarled and twisted branches jutted out of the dirt like knives, a warning not to enter. A lashing wind sifted through the trees. The bushes rumbled and shook. I couldn't tell if it was just the wind, or someone or something was moving nearby. Ooh, what do we do, guys? What do we do? Don't just watch this video, tell me now. Shout it out, shout it out, shout it at the screen. Curious or uncertain? Curious or uncertain? What do you mean curious? You sick nutter. And the one who shouted uncertain, the one of you. Well done. I swallowed my fear and wandered down the suspicious path, carefully manoeuvring around the spiked branches. I realised how stupid of an idea this was once the hiking trail disappeared behind me. I had a strong sense of direction, but the woods are a maze of dirt and trees. Finding my way back won't be easy. A hideous stench assaulted my nostrils, like rot and death, again with the stinkiness. Putrid enough to make me freeze in place and think twice about continuing onward. Unease, turn back, or defiant? All the way! We're going all in. We're going all in. I came this far. I have to see it through. For some reason. Pressing a palm on my nose to repel the horrid smell, I pressed on. And then I saw it. The source of the stench. The remains of a gutted deer. These claw marks are werewolfian. The remains of a gutted deer, intestines leaked from the corpse in a disgusting tangle. Flies and maggots feasted on the buttered corpse, and surrounded grass was stained bloody red. The butchery was indescribable. The limbs of the poor animal severed from the body, torn asunder, torn to shreds, barely recognizable only by its fluffy face. What could have done this? Was it a bear, perhaps? I shouldn't have ventured so far off the path. I was an idiot. I turned back. I stood frozen, dwarfed by the behemoth before me. I looked up, and still it climbed. Its silhouette devoured the sky, leaving only night in its wake. Who are you? I tried to ask. The monster tried to speak, but managed only horrifying growls and grumbles instead. Should I talk to it or run? Are we all in? Are we going balls out of the bath on this one? Is it you and me to the end? You gonna stay there, yeah? You and me? Let's do this. Mad. Okay, that didn't work. Why are we trying to talk to it? I don't know. Yes, that's it. And I saw it. The source of the stench. There we go. Okay, we get another go. We get another go. We get another go. Oh, its head turned. The deer's head turned. I turned back. Arrgh! I stood frozen dwarf by the behemoth. Right, don't click wildly. Don't click wildly. Fearful and flee. This had to be some kind of terrifying dream. I pushed past it. I'm walking here, I said, fleeing down the trail. Utterly repulsed and stomach churning, I turned on a heel and ran away as fast as I could. It was worth a go, guys, to talk to it. Adrenaline spiked through my veins. I pushed through the burning of my lungs and the soreness of my muscles, my luggage almost weightless as I scrambled away. A break in the trees up ahead. A river? Ooh. Water crashed and frothed below the wooden footbridge. The first hurried step on the plank seemed sturdy. The second step, less so. The third step was dangerously wobbly. The fourth plank gave out completely, snapping in two and falling into the depths of the wild stream. I stumbled, my foot caught in the gap. I screamed help, but nobody was there. I couldn't move, captured, ensnared like a rat in a trap. I cried, no! My heartbeat raced, my breath bursting in and out. I couldn't swim, I can't swim, I've never swum. And even if I could, the current was too strong. Thoughts of being washed away by the river reminded me of my childhood. The drowning, the consumed by nature's cruel tide of flapping hands flashed before my mind. I can't die here, not here. Somewhere else, please. Desperate, I free myself. I swallowed my fear. I buried it down into the depths of my stomach, like I did when I didn't get my pony, and I locked it away. Then I twisted around, grabbed my ankle, and pulled the hardest I could. A, W, D, shit! My foot remained trapped. The bridge finally gave way. I plummeted into the rushing water. The world of chaos, churning currents and splintered wood. Just as I thought, I was done for. Strong hands grabbed me, hauling me back to the bank. Save me, I screamed, save me. It was Summer, dragging me with her huge muscles back to the solid land. Day 2, the office hallway. I got very dramatic there, didn't I? Sorry about that. It may happen again. The darkness pressed in and swallowed me. I couldn't see a thing. Hint. Remember this hallway, because you'll be here for
If
some
you're
time.
still alive, I suppose it's my job to help you, isn't it?
Bitch.
Observe your surroundings carefully. Memorize the furniture, the walls, the ceilings.
Thank goodness the lights are back on. And there we have it, guys. We will be back to this hallway soon in the next video. If the next video is only if there's only 10 minutes left of the game, I'll just attach it to the end of whatever it was before. I'll try to put all these bits together and I'll release these all on the same day. So if you're watching this video to this point and you haven't seen the videos before or after, I've made them all and I put them all out in one day just so you could do the whole thing in a day. But what do you think? That was quite crazy, wasn't it? That gangly man. Do you know what I mean? Very interesting. Anyway, until the next video, my pale, dark night wooden walker. Bye-bye. if you dare.